When people imagine giving birth, they picture a place, a hospital room. But the thing that will shape your experience most isn't the building, it's the people standing in it with you, the team you assembled on purpose months before. So, who are your Avengers? Most women are never told they get a say in who that team is. Today, I'm telling you, you do. Welcome to another episode of High Risk and Highly Capable. I'm Dr. Ab, your trusted messenger, untangling the maternity care system with you. This show is for mothers of advanced maternal age and everyone who loves us. We've decoded high risk, learned to be heard, and untangled your coverage. Today, we build the people around you, your care team, and the birth plan that tells them what matters to you. Let's decode the roles the way we decode everything else on this show. Your obstetrician, or affectionately called OB, guides you through pregnancy and delivery. An OB is a physician who specializes in delivering babies. They care for you during pregnancy and after you give birth. They treat medical conditions unique to pregnancy, and they can perform a variety of pregnancy and childbirth related procedures. But here's a helpful word every mother facing high risks or advanced maternal age should know: MFM, which stands for maternal fetal medicine. A MFM is an OB with extra training to support higher risk pregnancies, often flagged by the label advanced maternal age. An AFM specialist works closely with your primary obstetrician to monitor complex maternal health issues such as diabetes or hypertension and to identify fetal anomalies. Their main goal is to help ensure the best possible delivery outcomes and to provide thorough care for both mom and baby. Researchers highlight that providing more access to MFM care, especially via telemedicine, can make a meaningful difference in supporting at risk pregnancies. Right now, there's a bit of a challenge, particularly in rural communities, often have fewer opportunities or limited access to MFM care compared to those living in urban areas. It's completely okay to ask, given my risk factors, should a maternal fetal medicine specialist be part of my care? Just posing this question can really make a positive impact on your pregnancy journey. My own pregnancies were managed jointly by my OB and MFM practitioner, and that additional support helped the chance of complications. I must admit, at first, I wasn't really entirely sure about what my MFM specialist role was. I remember that having that extra support meant additional visits and taking time off from work, all while going through the physical and emotional changes of pregnancy. Then there's the rest of the squad. A midwife for minimal intervention care, a lactation consultant for infant feeding, a pelvic floor physical therapist for recovery, a mental health provider for any mental challenges or issues to discuss. One more, evidence loves, a doula. Let me make the case the way an actuary would appreciate, because the evidence here is phenomenal. A doula is a trained non-clinical support person who stays with you through labor continuously. Trained doulas provide physical, emotional, and informational support across the entire prenatal continuum, which is pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Doula care is recognized as a community-based strategy to improve birthing outcomes. Let me break down the evidence because it's all about the receipts. A Cochrane review of more than 24 trials, including over 15,000 women, found that continuous labor support is associated with real benefits: shorter labors, fewer cesarean births, less need for pain medication, better birth experiences, and more importantly, no identified harms. The benefit was strongest when that support came from someone in a doula role. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists has gone as far as calling doulas one of the most underutilized tools we have for improving maternal outcomes. And a 2023 scoping review by Skopchak and colleagues backs this up. Doula support in perinatal care was significantly associated with positive delivery outcomes: fewer cesarean sections, fewer premature deliveries, and shorter labors. Among low income women, doula support improved breastfeeding success with quicker lactogenesis and breastfeeding that continued for weeks after childbirth. The emotional support matters too. They found less anxiety and stress, more confidence and autonomy in labor, and early evidence that prenatal doula support may even lower the risk of post traumatic stress after childbirth. The bottom line here is the use of doulas are necessary on the maternity care team. Mothers and babies do better. And here's why that's not a luxury. In a busy hospital, your labor and delivery nurse may spend only a few share of her shift actually at your bedside, far less than most mothers expect or need. A doula fills that gap. She is the continuity in a system built around shift changes. For a high risk pregnancy, continuity is not comfort, it's safety. Now, let's talk about how to pay for one because the policy landscape here is finally moving in the right direction. At least 27 states and Washington, D.C. have actively implemented Medicaid coverage for doula services. To qualify for reimbursement, almost all of these states require doulas to follow a specific state level approval pathway, typically registering on an official state registry or gaining certification through state approved training programs. And implementation continues in more states. As of February 2026, Arkansas, Maine, Montana, New Hampshire, Tennessee, Utah, and Vermont were still rolling out their coverage. Utah's approved Medicaid benefit was scheduled to begin April 1st, 2026. Here's the thing: Medicaid doula coverage varies from state to state. Even if your state does include doula care, the details can be quite different, like how many prenatal and postpartum visits are covered, whether telehealth is an option for some visits, if labor and delivery support is paid separately, how long postpartum coverage lasts, and what kind of training or certification a doula needs to qualify. The National Academy for State Health Policy reports that at least 17 states offer Medicaid coverage for doula services through 12 months postpartum. That's great news. So here's a helpful tip. Echoing episode 3, it's really important to find out what your health plan covers during the prenatal, antenatal, and postpartum periods. You can ask about this at a prenatal appointment or just give your insurance a call using the number on the back of your insurance card. Now, the birth plan. Let me take the pressure off it first. A birth plan is not a script that birth is obligated to follow. Babies don't read documents. A birth plan is a conversation tool. Length varies from a one-pager to several pages outlining expectations during labor and birth, a way of telling your team who you are and what matters to you before the intensity begins. And the research supports this framing. A systematic review found that birth plans exist to facilitate conversation between you and your maternity care providers and to increase your agency. When a birth plan is developed in collaboration with your care providers, it's associated with positive outcomes and it helps moms make informed decisions. So, what goes in one? Your preferences, your labor and birth, mobility, eating and drinking, monitoring, pain relief and medication options, labor augmentation, pushing artificial rupture of membranes, episiotomy, infant care, and the list can go on and on. The point here is that your wishes are documented. And for us, flexibility is the whole point. A high risk pregnancy means the plan may change. So the best plans are built to bend. Make yours answer three things plainly. Your non negotiables, the few things that matter most to you, your preferences, what you like if there's a choice, and your if things change wishes, how you want to be talked to, and what you want considered if the plan has to shift. Name those three, and you've turned a wish into a map your team can follow. Before I let you go, a few questions you can bring to your OB or MFM, the ones that reveal whether a team is right for you. Ask, given my risk factors, what's your plan to monitor them? Ask, at what point would you bring in a specialist? Ask, does this hospital have the level of care my pregnancy might need? And if not, where would I go? And ask, how do you feel about a doula and a birth plan? The answer to that last one tells you a great deal about whether this is a team that will hear you. So, to the expectant mother who assumed her care team was simply assigned to her like a seat on a plane, it isn't. You are the one constant in this pregnancy, the only person who will be at every single appointment in every room for the whole journey. So build the team around that truth. Choose your people, write down what matters, and walk in knowing the room is yours. Your team is chosen. Your plan is written. So say it with me. Avengers, assemble. I'm Dr. Ad. This is high risk and highly capable. So next time, the team is built and the plans are made. So we turn from everything around you to everything inside you. The becoming. At every age, at every stage. Until next time.